Cody Rhodes retains the undisputed WWE Championship against Kevin Owens at Saturday night's main event, but he gets stretchered out of the venue after being hit by a package piledriver as Kevin Owens gets physical with Triple H after the show goes off the air. Pat McAfee makes his return to WWE commentary at the show last night, plus Jesse the Body Ventura also returns to the broadcast booth for the first time in several years. Chelsea Green is the inaugural Women's United States Champion. Gunther retains the World Heavyweight Championship, as does Liv Morgan retain the Women's World Championship, but is confronted by Rhea Ripley. Drew McIntyre wins his WWE return match against Sami Zayn. Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa in a tribal combat match is set for the Raw premiere on Netflix next year. Plus, Braun Strowman makes his return on SmackDown, defeating Carmelo Hayes. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's begin with last night's return of Saturday night's main event. And indeed, the main event was very, very newsworthy. Cody Rhodes retained the undisputed WWE Championship over Kevin Owens in the main event of Saturday night's main event. Owens was challenging Rhodes for the second time during his 252-day reign, having previously fallen in their Bash in Berlin clash in August. But this time was different, given the animosity that had been building since October. Owens came into the bout with an aggressive focus to follow suit, while Rhodes entered more jovially, shall we say, and also carrying the famed Winged Eagle WWE Championship for one night only. They ultimately matched his opponent's brutality when all was said and done. As Owens took the fight to the outside and up onto the announcer's desk, Rhodes responded with an RKO on top of it, following through back in the ring with a Cody cutter for the near fall. Owens responded with a Fisherman Buster off the top rope, similarly drawing a near fall before the pair exchanged finisher attempts and subsequent escapes. The match saw two referees inadvertently incapacitated, the first of which cost Owens the win as he delivered the stunner and got the visual pin with no one there to make the count, while the second provided the opening for his demise in the match. Owens brought a steel chair into the ring and sought to use it against Rhodes, swinging and missing as Rhodes delivered a Cody cutter followed by a crossroads onto the steel chair for the pinfall and title retention. But all of the action didn't stop there. Now, Kevin Owens wasn't done with undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes following his defeat at Saturday night's main event, and the prize fighter sent the champion out of the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum on a stretcher. Video posted to X showed Owens getting back in the ring to attack Rhodes, who was still celebrating in front of the fans when the NBC special went off the air. Owens hit Rhodes with a package piledriver, a banned move in WWE, and a variation on the basic piledriver Owens used to take out Randy Orton back in November. WWE later posted their video to X. The package piledriver was Owens' finisher during his pre-WWE independent pro wrestling career, when he went by his real name Kevin Steen, and used the move to win championships in Ring of Honor, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, and elsewhere. This is the first time he has used the move in WWE. Now, again, as I mentioned, the action didn't stop there because physicality continued. Following his loss to Cody Rhodes at Saturday night's main event, Kevin Owens not only sent the champion out of the arena on a stretcher following a piledriver, but he attempted to steal the historic Winged Eagle WWE Championship bout as well. Rhodes, who has been vocal about wanting to use the championship for years, got to wear the belt for one night only and was celebrating in the ring with it following his victory. After hitting the piledriver, Owens took the championship and walked up the ramp to the stage, where he was confronted by Paul Triple H Levesque. Video posted to X shows that Owens got into a shoving match with Triple H as he tried to take the championship back. Triple H intercepted him and knocked the title out of his hands. They got in each other's faces, and Triple H pushed Owens multiple times before an official got involved. According to PW Insider, Triple H took the championship after Owens was taken to the back. WWE later posted their own video to X. And we saw quite a few returns last night. Firstly, Pat McAfee is back on WWE commentary. Long Island filed into the inaugural revival of WWE's historic Saturday night's main event, believing that Jesse Ventura would be the only special guest in attendance. But when Let's Go reverberated through the arena, and to the shock of everyone, Pat McAfee appeared to lend his voice to what was now guaranteed to be an electrifying NBC special. McAfee was welcomed back from his month-long hiatus after Joe Tessitore and Ventura turned to welcome Michael Cole as the night's primary commentator. New York exploded into cheers as McAfee marched down the vintage catwalk to resume his commentary duties alongside his longtime commentary partner. McAfee was introduced as a special guest commentator, implying that he's only back for the special event until, of course, he returns on Raw in Netflix because, of course, McAfee will be partnering up once again with Michael Cole once Raw moves to the streaming platform next year. Now, we spoke about him there. Jesse the Body Ventura was back last night. WWE Hall of Famer and former Minnesota Governor Jesse the Body Ventura made his triumphant return to the WWE commentary desk on Saturday, joining Michael Cole and Pat McAfee to call the main event of Saturday night's main event in Uniondale, New York, which saw undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes defeat Kevin Owens. Before the match got started, Ventura showed off his snakeskin jacket to the commentary team. Ventura then claimed the jacket was made out of fellow WWE Hall of Famer Jake the Snake Roberts' pet python, Damien. Of course, Roberts, who worked for WWE sporadically throughout the 80s and 1990s and beyond, was famous for attacking his opponents with the snake following victories. The skinning wouldn't be the first kayfabe death of Damien, who was, of course, crushed by Earthquake during a 1991 feud between Earthquake and Roberts. Of course, Ventura has had a testy relationship in the past with WWE, with things seemingly softening between Ventura and the company since the departure of Vince McMahon. Ventura signed a Legends contract recently, which led to an appearance in WWE in August, as well as the aforementioned return to the commentary desk at Saturday night's main event yesterday evening. Now, Chelsea Green is the inaugural Women's United States Champion. Chelsea Green has officially made WWE history after defeating Mission at Saturday night's main event to be crowned the first ever Women's United States Champion. Green defeated Bayley on Friday's episode of SmackDown to advance to the final of the NBC special, and Mission defeated Miss Money in the Bank Tiffany Stratton. The last time Green and Mission faced off was in a dumpster match on SmackDown back in October. Both women missed their first strike to start out, but Mission got the upper hand, putting Green in a hold. The bout was evenly matched until Green looked to have a suicide dive to Mitchin on the outside and took out tag team partner Piper Niven instead. Mitchin took out both women from the ring apron and got Green back in the ring before hitting an eat defeat to Niven to the outside to take her out. Back in the ring, Mitchin countered Green's Unprettier with an eat defeat, but Green got her foot on the rope. Green got to the top rope and rolled into the Unprettier to secure the victory. SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis put the belt around Green's waist, and the new champion and Niven celebrated in the ring as pyro went off. Gunther is still the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Long Island cheered, booed and gasped and shouted as Gunther defended his World Heavyweight Championship against not only a returning Damian Priest, but a dark horse in World Tag Team Champion Finn Balor at Saturday night's main events. All three men were taken to the limit in their triple threat title bout, but by the time the smoke cleared, it was Gunther who stood tall overall. Balor found himself climbing uphill in the opening moments of the match as he was made into a pinball by the two larger men around him. Once Balor was disposed of and put to the outside, Priest and Gunther took to slugging each other with heavy chops and strongman lifting moves, capturing the awe of the Nassau Coliseum crowd. Balor found his footing in the match as he landed two consecutive sling blades onto his former Judgment Day brother and the World Heavyweight Champion. After Balor's comeback, nobody in the chaotic triple threat match had a solid foot beneath them. Priest fought out of the sleeper hold that cost him the championship at Survivor Series and leveled Gunther with a chokeslam. Before he could capitalize, Balor grounded Priest with an eye of a hurricane before ascending to the top rope. Before Balor could land his lethal coup de grace, Gunther neutralized the WWE World Tag Team Champion. Things finally unraveled for the challengers after Gunther dispatched Priest with a vicious powerbomb onto the steel steps. Gunther then grounded Balor with a dropkick and a powerbomb combination for the victory. Now, speaking of world titles, Liv Morgan is still the Women's World Champion after Saturday night's main event. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, though, came face-to-face after the former WWE Women's World Championship defense during Saturday night's main event. Morgan completed the fifth defense of her 204-day reign against Io Sky, fighting through high-flying and stiff offense from the Genius of the Sky to land Oblivion for the pinfall. Now, she was busted open in the course of the match as well, having taken a knee strike directly to the nose, but managed to counter each attempt at a finishing move. She landed her own match-winning finisher to counter Sky's attempted moonsault. As the champion celebrated her defense with Raquel Rodriguez and Dominic Mysterio as they made their exit, Ripley's music hit and the rivals would stare one another down to close the segment. Prior to Sky, Morgan had last defended on two occasions against Ripley at SummerSlam in August and Bad Blood in October, the first of which she won via pinfall after a distraction from Mysterio and then via a technicality as Rodriguez's interference led to a disqualification. Ripley last defeated Rodriguez in an Anything Goes match during Raw and had further pinned Morgan to win for her team at the Women's War Games match in November. Now, Drew McIntyre, he is back and he won his return match last night at Saturday night's main event. Drew McIntyre defeated Sami Zayn at Saturday night's main event in his first match back after time off following his Hell in a Cell defeat to CM Punk. McIntyre attacked Zayn after the latter's match 2 weeks ago against Seth Rollins in the main event of Raw. McIntyre accused Zayn of selling out by rejoining the original bloodline and teaming alongside Roman Reigns at Survivor Series. McIntyre attacked his opponent again this week on Raw after Zayn challenged him for a match on the NBC special, but Zayn attacked him backstage. Zayn started firing off hands before the bell rang and McIntyre was still dressed in his ring jacket. Zayn started off fiery until McIntyre sent him over the top rope, then over the announce desk. McIntyre got Zayn on his shoulders and got to the second rope looking for a white noise, but Zayn countered with the sunset flip powerbomb. McIntyre kicked out, then hit Zayn with a Glasgow kiss. He got in the corner and looked for a claymore, but Zayn countered with a kick and then a blue thunder bomb. McIntyre baited Zayn to get out of the ring and then connected with a claymore when Zayn got back inside. McIntyre got Zayn's shoulders to the mat to emerge victorious in his first match back. Now, we're going to be getting a big match when Raw debuts on Netflix next year. Roman Reigns challenged Solo Sikoa to a tribal combat match on the January 6th Netflix premiere episode of Monday Night Raw. Reigns' team of Bloodline Originals and Paul Heyman's pick CM Punk got the victory over Sikoa's new Bloodline during Survivor Series War Games at the end of November, prompting the self-proclaimed new tribal chief to ambush LA Knight, Andrade, and Shinsuke Nakamura during last week's SmackDown, and for him to maintain Reigns had not yet defeated him. On Friday's show, Reigns appeared via a vignette to address their singles feud going forward. He recalled being awarded the Ulafala, the symbol of chiefdom, by his late father and uncle Arthur and Sika in 2020, and said that he had earned the ancestral right as opposed to Sikoa, who had stolen it. With that in mind, Reigns offered Sikoa the opportunity to really earn it, challenging him to a tribal combat match on the Netflix premiere of Raw. This will be the second ever tribal combat match, the first introduced when Jey Uso challenged Reigns for the undisputed WWE Championship at SummerSlam in 2023. Per the stipulation, there should be no interference, no disqualifications, and no countouts, and serves within law as a contest to determine the new tribal chief. Sikoa sought to answer the challenge ahead of his match with Knight later on in the show, but found himself interrupted by his opponent's entrance. The match ended in disqualification after Jacob Fatu's interference, with Andrade and Apollo Crews running out to make the save, but then also getting beaten down. It was then later confirmed by Triple H indeed that this match is happening for the Netflix premiere of Raw. And finally, Braun Strowman is back in WWE action. Carmelo Hayes was defeated in quick fashion by returning Braun Strowman on SmackDown, and commentary noted that Strowman was the first star in the transfer window to switch brands. Hayes' mystery opponent had been teased throughout the day, and he told General Manager Nick Aldis backstage he was going to make quick work of whoever it was heading down to the ring. He looked stunned, though, when Strowman's music hit. Hayes attempted to get Strowman off his feet to start the match, but didn't get far. He dodged a move from the monster among men, and Strowman went shoulder into the ring post. Hayes was able to knock him down to the mat to get in a short flurry of offense. Strowman kicked out at one, and Hayes went to the top rope but got caught. Strowman hit a running power slam for his first victory since suffering a groin injury back in October. But there you go, guys, the latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash the like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe bottom right hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.